running changes your life. It can become your best friend. And that brings us to Adit, who I met 4 years ago as just a little freshman.
I remember when I was a young kid, I was the uncoordinated in every game or sport I attempted.
People never took the effort to understand who he really is. But Adit never frowned.
So one evening, my mom asked me to try track since my sister had been running for a couple of years.
Selfishly, I just brought him in to kind of keep him healthy. His sister was doing it. I said, make it easy for mommy. And like always, he said, yes, mom.
I wasn't too confident in him, to be honest. You know, it was his first time and he was 3 years older than me.
I'll never forget some of the first weeks of practice when Adit was working out with our team and our middle school kids. Adit could barely finish a 200.
Nobody wanted me on their team. Nobody thought I should be the next practice.
He's always had the difficult time. What he has to put in is 2 or 3 times the work just to do the exact same thing that anybody his age would do.
He would oftentimes stop with 10, 20 meters to go just because he physically and mentally hadn't figured out the sport yet.
So many times, I was the one to say, Adit, you cannot do this. Let's try a different alternative. But he was the one to come back and say, Dad, no, let's make it happen.
To be the best version of myself, I have to put in work, show up every day, and get better every day.
And all those little efforts every day added up, and one day he was just as fast as the fastest boy on this team.
My coach was actually so proud and impressed of the way I was able to do it.
Now as a senior with PRs of 4:41 and 10:45, these PRs and this growth speaks volumes of where he started and where he is now, based on not just a commitment to the sport, but a love for the sport.
It doesn't matter how tired he is. And on days when he asks me, Coach, how are you doing? I always ask, Adit, how are you doing? And he says, Coach, I'm tired, but I'm very excited to be here and I'm ready to get going. And this is why we've given the Coach of the Year award to him multiple times.
Whenever I start running, I feel so motivation. I feel happy. I feel energetic.
I have seen him fall at the start line and finish with a medal, which is like, to me, unbelievable.
Not sure how he did that, but it's Adit. He wears the superhero cape for a reason.
As a result of that love for the sport, as a result of that showing up attitude, he's been one of the most consistent performing athletes in our high school over the last 4 years.
He's the one on the team that's always waiting at the end to make sure everybody's okay, waiting behind, stopping for the kid that's fallen or last place, because he knows what it's like to be in there.
His attitude is no person left behind.
100 kids come out to us every day, and there is only one kid that asks us every day, hi Coach, how is your day?
We're so proud of how far we've come, how far we've trained, how many hours we've been putting in just to come to this race, and we've got this. We can do this.
The coordination that he's developed hasn't happened because he's wanted it to happen. It's happened because he's shown up every day and he's done rep after rep after rep, and his body has had no choice but to slowly become a more efficient, technically sound, and coordinated athlete since he started in 7th grade.
He's won medals. He's been All-American. USATF AAU with his teammates. I want to thank all of you guys.
And I became visible to people in ways I had never experienced. They were willing to have me around, talk to me, and chuckle with me.
We are proud of our son, as any parent would be.
Today, he's my role model. I aspire to be like him. I aspire to run like him.
I think we all adults need to learn from kids that, just give them an open sky and let them fly.
And as I said, my story is not about the underdog who went from a barely run walk to breaking 5 minutes a mile. It's about a kid who was unwanted, unnoticed, and by many standards, unworthy of any opportunity, but now had open land to run as far, as long, as much as you wanted, and be him.